Not now. It's a vital, moving force, but it's all around you. It's everywhere you look. And it's what together. It's what connects you. It's the ties that bind you, your heritage. It's how you know. We're really having time here. This was my best part, too. Can I start over? Okay, I'll just keep going. Well, certainly the strongest part of your heritage is the stories. Every time you say to somebody, you remember the time when, and remember so-and-so. You're telling stories and you're passing a legacy on down to your children so your children can tell their children, and that's your heritage, and that's how it stays alive and vital, by doing the telling. And we got stories for you tonight. We got stories, all right. We got stories of arcs floating down Penn's Creek. We got stories of hotels burning, and we got stories of town drunkards. We got them all. Now, I'm going to have to ask you to use your imaginations a little bit, please. We would not be presuming that all our costumes are, you know, authentic, though some are. And we would not be presuming that the ark that comes floating down is anywhere near the size of the actual ark, or that the townspeople that gather about are anywhere near the size of the crowds that New Berlin drew back in its heyday. And we would not presume to be anything more than a bunch of amateurs who are coming out here tonight to entertain you a bit, if you'll let us. And we're just going to have some fun. So sit back and relax. I'm your narrator for the evening. I'm the voice that's going to bring the stories alive with a little help from my friends. And in case you didn't recognize it, you're looking at Market Street. Right here it is, right in front of you. Didn't you notice the old schoolhouse sitting there? This is Market Street. Do you see it? Well, where do we begin? Well, every good story has a beginning and a middle and an end, so we're going to start at the beginning. And in the beginning, this area was blessed with pure, sparkling mountain springs, which fulfilled the need of the early settlers, and the cool forest provided lumber for shelter and warmth. And the rich soil produced abundant crops for the nourishment of man and animal. And these early settlers were from a hardy and hard-working stock who could take the seed of a plant or an idea and nourish it through to fruition. But you know, that's really not the beginning. To talk about the beginning, you have to go back centuries to the Native American, the Indian, the red man. He'd been trailing back and forth across what is now Pennsylvania. And one of these trails, Penn's Creek Trail, ran through what is now Penn's Creek Valley for several miles through the land west and the east, and what became this town of New Berlin. From the artifacts found in the fields along this trail, it is to be assumed that it was largely a wooded area where the Indians did a lot of hunting using projectile points. In imagination, step back in time to those days when this very spot, in silence, an Indian chief and his band of braves stopped to reconnoiter and move on down the creek to follow the trail up and through Dry Valley to the broad Susquehanna River. With stern and measured steps, they come and they pause. And in this open grassy spot, beside the flowing creek, they will dance for us. And they will dance the hoop dance. The hoop dance in various forms is performed by almost all Indian tribes. In this particular version, the colors used on the hoops are significant. Black, representing evil. Red, skill or courage. And white, purity. Each time the dancer passes a hoop over his body, it signifies that he has overcome some evil or obstacle in life. The dance begins with a single hoop, and it will progress to multiple hoops, just as life itself includes more and varied encounters as we grow. This dance grew out of the concept that man and his desires are never satisfied, that we continually seek to develop and increase our skills and improve our way of life. wonderful job. A ritual, you know, another way of connecting with each other and feeling a part and belonging. The ritual, which we have many of. We're up to episode number 2, being the year leading to the establishment of our town, or a town laid out. The year is 1769. The land office of the proprietors of Philadelphia officially opened to sell the land west of the Susquehanna. There were already 20 or so individuals or families on plots that had been selected in the surrounding area to the north, the south, the east, and the west. April 3 of that year, George Albright of Heidelberg Township, Lancaster County, submitted an application of warrant number 880, requesting 300 acres of land situated along Penn's Creek. This land, called Alva Julia, was confirmed in 74 to George Albright and Christina, his wife. The land was surveyed by William McClay,